Hey, you guys, I'm back. It's save time with Tori. I'm here in the parking lot as usual. I got my handy dandy notebook with my notes in it. I was actually gonna wait till tomorrow to make this video, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it today since I have the time because normally on Saturdays I'm enjoying myself and I don't really feel like putting out content when I'm trying to live my life. But anyway, um, I will probably upload this tomorrow, so you're probably gonna see this on Saturday, but today is Friday. But anyway, today, I kind of scribbled down some notes. There may be a part two to this because, to be honest with you, I don't think I covered everything. I just kind of hit the high points. So don't be surprised in the future. Maybe not no time, soon. But I'm probably gonna spin the block on this particular subject. But I think I got the main stuff down pat. But the point is that this video is called "Rich Men Aren't Always the Best Choice." I might word it a little different. I don't know. I might leave it the way it is. Who knows? But the point is that a lot of women are chasing. Oh, I want a baller. Oh, I want these men that are multimillionaires. And they want to live this life, but it's there's a price to pay for that. Like, you think you're just gonna be walking around in fancy dresses and swiping your debit card and putting your nose in the air, like you're better than, holier than thou. But there's some shit that goes on in the background that you might not be down for. I'm not even sure if I'm down for. I'm not saying I want no broke mf'er, but like when they get to a certain tier of richness, like once you make it to like middle class, like, well, not middle, like they have the upper middle class and then they have the lower middle class. I'm talking about the upper middle, like, like 200K and and up. Them the type of people I'm talking about. That's considered, upper middle class to me. Well, really, in general, if you do the analytics. But anyway, the motherfucking point is that everybody has this dream of living this life, living in these big houses, driving these Teslas and things like that. But if you really dive deep and look at the type of lives that a lot of these women are living, some of them getting their ass beat, some of them getting just like, I'm not saying everybody is getting abused and things like that, but a lot of times when men have money, power comes with the money, and then things just start going left. But anyway, number one, they think they're the prize. Their ego is extremely like overinflated. Like, they think they're the best thing smoking, the hottest thing since sliced bread. They're walking with their chin in there and their shoulders. You can tell, a confident man when you see one, but there's a huge difference between confidence and arrogance. And that's more on the arrogant side, the shit that, the rich men are doing. They know they got it. They know people want it. They know that they're high society and things like that. So it's like, it's kind of hard to deal with somebody who thinks they the shit. I mean, let's just be honest. Everybody should think they the, all that in a bag of chips. You're not ever supposed to like downgrade yourself, but there's a point, like I said, when you have you're pompous and like you just doing too much. At that point, like you let it go to your head. And and two, the respect will be you kind of like bare minimum, because like I said, they know what they bring to the table. So now like they feel like they don't have to listen to you. Like you can say something, and you can make a request, like, I don't like it when you do this, or woo woo woo. A lot of times they're not gonna listen. If they're not in love with you and you just came in a picture and things like that, they're not gonna respect anything you say. They're not gonna, you know like, you basically got to play by their rules pretty much. So if you're not the type to take orders, then this might not be for you. I'm not saying that all rich men are dickwads and things like that, but a majority of them are. That money goes straight to the head. And when I mean straight, especially, they're owning businesses and they're dealing with high and mighty, upper, rich people. Like, they're around this, energy all day long. So of course they're going to absorb some of the, characteristics and things like that. So, they're going to want you to bow down to them because, in their head, they already know their worth, or they think they know their worth. I mean, in their head, they're thinking more financial, but once you start treating people like crap, your worth is worthless. Like, I don't care how much money you got in the bank. Like, if you're not a genuine, nice, God fearing person, then, money will flee. But anyway, like I said, if you don't want to bow down to nobody, if you don't want to be some type of yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no, if you don't want to like be at his beck and call, then like I don't motherfucking know. And then they will constantly remind you of their contributions. Like, oh, well, I bought you this car, or I moved you in this house, and you don't pay no bills, or I buy you, Gucci and Birkin bags, and they'll constantly like remind you either nicely or not nicely. A lot of times they bring it up during the arguments. Like, they'll say that shit and let it build up, and then once you do something they don't like, or you start standing up for yourself and things like that, they'll start throwing that shit. Oh, you was broke when I met you, so you ain't have shit. They'll start making you feel like you should be grateful. 1 second. Sorry, you guys. I got a phone call in the middle of my video, and now I done forgot where I was. But I think I was saying something along the lines of, basically, once you start, acting a fool, or if you start, going against some of the things that he say, or if y'all get in an argument and things like that, they're gonna make sure they remind you that they're paying the bills, they're offering you this lavish lifestyle, and they're gonna quickly remind you, whether it be nicely or not nicely. I think I've already said that, but that they're the head honcho. They drug you out of poverty, they saved your life, and they did all of this, and whatnot. So if you're not the type to appreciate when people throw shit in your face, then I wouldn't, like I said, I'm not saying all rich men are like this, but a lot of them are. Some of them, they target, like, well, I ain't gonna say broke motherfuckers, because like a lot of them, they're not gonna go to the damn ghetto to find a girlfriend or a wife, but they are most definitely gonna go find the girl that, you know what I'm saying, that has way less than him, and that's having semi, or maybe not so semi, financial problems. But like I said, he's not gonna go to the ghetto for that. I can guarantee you that. He's still gonna stay inside a a fairly you know well-to-do circle, but just not, what I'm saying, just not too low. But the point is that, like, if you still, if you don't want to listen to the video, and you still want to, you know what I'm saying, go find you a multimillionaire, just be aware that, you're going to have to play by his rules and do, whatever, pretty much whatever he tell you to do. So, like I said, if you don't like taking orders, or if you don't like people throwing stuff back up in your face, at a vulnerable moment, like, just do what you got to do. Cheating is almost always present. That's number 4. Like, unfortunately, when a man got money, they have options. When they have options, it just, because you might be a baddie, but this other woman that's making 100K a month, she got money to get her eyebrows microbladed, bladed. She has, you know what I'm saying, money to get Botox in her cheeks. I don't know how they cheeks be all way up in the air and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They got money for lipo, and to do lip fillers, and they got money to make themselves look like a Bratz doll. So You can't really compete with that. You shouldn't. First of all, like, I'm not saying walk around looking crazy and shit like that, but typically people with money have resources to upgrade their looks. You know what I'm saying? They got the best facial care, so they have the glass skin. They got they paying all this extra money for these expensive face care products, and they're getting their nails done every 10 days and things like that. So if you ain't got no money, then I don't motherfucking know. So don't try to compete. Just be you. But I'm just saying that there's going to be women that's going to throw themselves at him. Like that's just for sure, and they're going to assume that you're not going to leave due to what I just already said. You know what I'm saying? Like they think they're, God's gift to you. And so therefore, they think they can do whatever, whenever, however, and and you're not gonna go anywhere because you're so used to the lifestyle. You don't want to give up, the debit card that he gave you. You don't want to give up the position, in his life that he gave you, because once y'all break up, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna go back to whatever status you had before he came along. So, he's dangling this shit over your head like, hey, yeah, I'm cheating, but, if you want to continue to, live under my roof and me to spend money on you, then, you better shut your damn mouth, know your role and shut your mouth, what Rock said doing wrestling. But anyway, the point is that they got women that are super baddies. They're throwing themselves all at them. Half of them are like extremely experienced in, snagging rich men because, they probably been around them their whole lives and things like that. So now you're in competition. Like, that sounds like too much for me. Like, so now you're competing with this woman who's getting Botox and her wrinkle fillers, every other day. And meanwhile, you don't have the money for that type of maintenance. So, now you're side by side with this bombshell, and it's too much going on. It's just a whole headache. And like, I mean, do you really want to like constantly all the time be fighting females? Because some of them are really good Jezebels. Like I said, they've been doing this shit their whole life. They done mastered their craft. So basically, you know what I'm saying, they know exactly what to do to get this man to look at them, sleep with them, and things like that. So, like, are you really in the business of like competing with such and such? Now, if you got a good man, then you don't really have to compete. Then you ain't got to worry about it. But if you're not really sure where this relationship is headed, if he hasn't already proposed to you and things like that, then technically your relationship is at risk. Like, I'm sorry, if you ain't got no ring on your damn finger, then like anything goes. So, especially if the shit is new and she has, a little bit more status than you, maybe she can help him get to the next level and things like that, and you don't really have these type of resources and things like that. So, he's looking at her like an investment. If I get with her, what I'm saying, she knows such and such that owns a business at, I don't know, motherfucking Microsoft or something. And then, like, if I marry her, or if I at least just date her for like a year and, let people, know that we're together, maybe they could open up some business opportunities for me. So, like I said in my other videos, men are logical creatures. Like, a lot of times, they're not going to really all the time follow their heart. They're going to follow what they feel is best, in their best interest. So, like, like these Jezebels or something else. Like, they'll doll themselves up to the nines and then come after your man, and then it's too much going on. And then a lot of time they have doggish friends, like the people like in their circle. A lot of the wealthy men are cheating on their wives, and that's just point blank period. I didn't make that up. That ain't some shit that, what I'm saying, that came out of my ass. These are facts. You know what I'm saying? Most rich men have, doggish friends that are like cheating with their secretaries, and their wives at home don't even have a clue, and half of them probably don't even give a fuck because as long as their check hitting the bank, you know what I'm saying, like, it is what it is, just as long as it don't come to my doorstep. But anyway, so you got these no good ass friends that's around him every day. They're golfing and they're, going hunting and fishing together, and they're rubbing off on him. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So you got these ratchet ass friends that are rubbing off. Hey, come on, I got this friend for you. Knowing he married or knowing he got a girlfriend, they will still like try to push females on them so it can be like a little group thing so they can do what men do or whatever. So if he's not strong in spirit, then at some point he's gonna fall for that shit, and then there you go. So like, a lot of rich people don't have a whole lot of morals, to be honest with you, and that's pretty much what ends up taking them down. That's how they end up getting divorced and losing their families and things like that, because they out here cheating and doing the most. And then this one right here. This is, I mean, I don't know if y'all trying to hear this or not, but I mean, like I said, these are facts. My videos are all facts. Very little of it is personal opinion. If it is, most of the time I'll let you know before I say it. But a lot of them require you to look a certain way, like physically, like you have to be in shape. You have to be, you can't be overweight. A lot of them don't even like them thick, like if you got too much ass, a lot of them ain't with that. They like ass, but not ass. Like, the donks, like the one I got, like they probably gonna disqualify me because I'm a spectacle. It is what it is. I already know. If you watch some of my other videos where I was standing up, we already know I'm dragging a wagon. But a lot of them require you to look a certain way, so you're gonna have to keep your hair done, your tracks and shit can't be showing, you got to be slim, petite looking, you can't be out of shape, you can't be a BBW, it's not gonna work. I've seen very little I wish people stop it. I've seen very little rich men actually, commit and marry a woman who is not physically in shape. And even if she's not, the minute they get together, he's gonna start throwing that shit on you. Like if he really wants you, he's gonna start pressuring you to like get in the gym and lose weight and get down to, a small size, maybe medium at worst case scenario if it's shaped right. But that large dress, that XL, that 2X, like you're finished. And then what I'm saying, your face, like you can't have acne. They're not about to bring that shit around their businessmen, like their friends and things like that. So you're gonna have to glow up from the floor up, like your toe. You can't be walking around with your toe looking like dang, that ain't gonna ride. You're gonna have to shave your legs, wax all the time, like one beat of hair, and they gonna want you to run and go get to a wax session. Like, so if you're not the type for all this upkeep and like putting on fronts and shows for everybody, then this man might not be for you, because you're gonna have to get it together. Like, they'll pay for it more than likely. They'll pay for you to get some lipo, but you still got to work out, because just because they suck the shit out of the middle, they ain't got to do with your arms and your legs. Your arms and legs are still not toned and they look bad in these elegant dresses and things like that. So if you're not ready to, make this sacrifice to, change, a lot of them eat healthy too. I noticed, like, you don't too much see no businessmen at McDonald's. They might get a coffee or something like that, but a lot of them, they, they eat different. So like, if you eating goddamn church's chicken all the time, like you gonna have to cut that shit out, because if you're putting on pounds, that means you don't look good in your dress. You are his trophy, basically. So you're gonna have to look exactly like that. Whatever you need to do to fix yourself, you're gonna have to do it. So if you're more of a natural person and you don't really got time for all that extra shit, then basically I wouldn't even like get tied into that shit. Like I said, I'm not saying go find you a broke man. I'm just saying know what to expect once you get to this upper middle class and beyond man. Don't think this is just a walk in the park and you can just still walk around with a bonnet on your head and slippers at Walmart. That is not gonna fly. Anytime you walk out your house, you gonna have to be on 10. Just like these celebrities and shit. Like, you makeup, all you got to be dolled up at damn near everywhere except for your house. Now you might can do what you want to do, but I wouldn't even do it at the house because if he see you at the house looking all busted and shit, it might turn him off and he might be unattracted to you, and then he's gonna start cheating with the secretary. So that shit don't work either. So if you're not prepared to be, a bombshell 365 damn near, then just find you a regular blue collar man, or maybe one that make a little bit more. I don't know. Just know that when you start messing with men in high places, you're gonna have to level up all the way. So just keep that in mind when y'all out here talking about, I want a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blade on him. Like, think twice. But anyway, this is Save Time with Tori, and I do what? I save you time from the bullshit. Okay, bye.